In this video, we will walk through one of the ways to create a PDF in Civil 3D. In this method, we will go through a couple of steps. And the first is to click on a Layout tab so we can actually see our paper space. And I want to set up a page setup for this Layout tab. So I've clicked on that Layout tab, so we're in paper space. And I can access the Page Setup Manager either by right-clicking on that Layout tab and going to Page Setup Manager, or by clicking in the Civil 3D menu, coming down to Print, clicking this little extension arrow, and then clicking Page Setup. So either way brings us to the Page Setup Manager, and I'm going to create a new page setup because I want to print or plot a PDF that is 11 by 17. And so I will name our new page setup 11 by 17 and click OK. And that brings up this page setup window. So the first thing to do, select a printer plotter, which I'm selecting Qt PDF Writer just for this example. Paper size, I want to make sure that I'm selecting the right paper size. And again, we're going to create an 11 by 17 inch PDF. I want to plot the layout, so I'll leave that alone. And then we have to select a plot style table or pen assignment. I'm going to use the default AutoCAD color table, and everything else looks good here. So I'm going to click OK, and I can see my new page setup has been created. Now I want to click on it to select that page setup, and then click Set Current, and watch the paper size here change in my layout. There we go. So here I am now looking at an 11-inch by 17-inch sheet of paper. And the reason I want to print on an 11 by 17 is because my image is also 11 units by 17 units. So I'll just throw a dimension on here to show you. Here we have 11 units. And here we have 17 units. So the first step was to create a page setup, which we've done. We've got our correct sheet size. We're plotting a PDF. So now our second step is to create a view. And we do that in Model Space, so make sure you click on the Model Space tab. And then I'm just going to type the word View, which brings up our View Manager. And the first thing I want to do is click New. So we're going to create a new view, and I'll just call this Sample to Print. And then I have to click this radio button that says Define Window. I'll click on that, and I'll snap to opposite corners of my image, and I will hit Enter to accept. So I've created a view. I think it went well. I'll click OK to close this window, and I can click OK over here. I see my model view has been created, so I'll click OK. So we've got a page setup created, and we have a view created. We're getting close. I'm going to go back to my Layout tab, and I'm going to need a model view window, or an M view. So I'll type M view, and this is going to allow me to look through my paper into model space so that I can see what we want to plot. And I'm going to zoom in on the corners of my paper as close as I can to the corner so that my M view window is exactly the same size as our sheet. And you can see now I'm looking through to model space. Now I want to assign that view we created to this M view window. So I'm going to type view again and hit enter, and this time I'm going to select that view and click Set Current and Apply. Now it's asking me to select viewport for view, and I'm going to click on this M view window and OK. Now notice the border of this MView window is bold. That means I'm still in model space. If I zoomed in or out, I would mess up the scaling, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to double click over here in the grayed out area. Now I can zoom and it's not going to mess with the scaling. I could also type PS for Paperspace and hit enter, and it would bring me back to Paperspace. Now to make sure I don't mess up the scaling in the future, I can click on this MView window and then right click and come down to display locked and select yes. Now when I double click inside that MView window to access model space, I can't zoom or pan and screw up our view or my scaling. So now we have our image that we want to print on our sheet. Our sheet is the correct size. Our page is set up correctly, so I think I'm ready to print, and I can do a Control P, or again I can access the print window through the Civil 3D menu and come down to print. And this is the page setup we created before, so everything should be right. 11 by 17, we're printing a PDF. 11 by 17 inches, we're printing the layout with our AutoCAD pen table. So I'm going to preview it and see how it looks. And I think that looks pretty good. I like what I see, so I'll click on this printer icon to plot the page, and then it will ask me, where do I want to save this PDF? So I will create a new name called PDF Creation and save it. And we've just created a PDF. So make sure you know where you're saving your PDF to so you can go find it again. And I hope you can find it, and I hope this video helped.